and welcome to tonight's live Karatbars presentation. My name is Brian McGifty. It's great to be speaking to you. What's this all about? You may have been invited into a room today. Someone may have sent you an email link. You may have seen a post on Facebook. And what we're doing in this, over the next 40 minutes or so, is we're going to tell you a little bit about our company, tell you a little bit about our products. And the first part, for the first 20 minutes, is really going to be for customers. So we're going to show you how you can open a free gold savings account. I'm going to show you how you can also earn free gold through the company. The next part, again, what's taken about 20 minutes again, is for business partners, and we want to show you how you can become a business partner with our company. Now, why do we do this online? Well, it's very, very simple. We work in 120 countries all around the world. And as a business, we can't be everywhere. And my own personal customers and business partners are in over 100 countries. So I present this every week. If you're watching this in a video, you'll know that this video is no more than 7 days old because we record this every single Monday, 8:30 UK time or 3:30 p.m. Eastern. At the end of this presentation, I'm going to ask you for some questions. Or if you're in a room, if you're watching this presentation with a group of other people, ask the person leading the presentation to put any questions into the box and we can answer those at the end. What we're not going to do is we're not going to collect your emails. There are other companies out there that show you a 3-minute presentation, ask you then for your email address, and then they send you autoresponders. It's not how I operate. It's not how we like to operate at Karatbars. I want to give you all the information now so that you can make an informed decision on whether or not this is for you. It'll take less than the time for an episode of Game of Thrones, and hopefully it'll be a lot more as well. A little bit about myself. My name's Brian, and my story is quite important really in terms of how I got involved with Karatbars International. I never thought I was going to be working in an online business or anything like that. So how it happened was in 2013, after working in sales for over 20 years, I've worked with direct sales companies in different countries, in London and the UK and Portugal. I went to the Algarve to live, and I had a business there. You can see it. You get these on the green. We had a golf academy, a driving range, and very, very suddenly I lost my business. It was through no fault of our own. But something very, very dramatic happened because I had no savings and I had no income and was completely broke. I had no backup plan, if you like. I had nothing put away for that rainy day. On top of that, which compounded the issue, my mother became ill with Alzheimer's. She was living back in Ireland. My friend Pete, who was living near my premises, who was my best friend at the time, he became ill with a heart complaint. And my fiance at the time, Emma, who you can see in the bottom, she was working in Africa as a missionary in Tanzania for 7 years. She got malaria, which turned into ME, which she's been suffering with ever since. Haven't found a cure yet, but she became very ill as well. Now, subsequently, since that, my mum died, my mum passed away, and my best friend Pete did as well, not long after my wedding. But these things all happened to me at one time, and if you like, it was a really, really bad year in my life. I was living in Portugal, I was miles away from home, had no money. I didn't see any way out of this, couldn't really find work or anything like that. And somebody from the UK called me up 2 or 3 weeks before my wedding and said, Brian, would you be interested in watching a presentation? Pretty much how you were probably asked to come and watch this presentation tonight. And that's how I came to be involved with Karatbars. Fast forward 4 years, and this is just 48 months from having absolutely no money and no home. I ended up living with my friend's home. I got married. We now have 4 children. I have now savings. I have security through the company. I have 3 paid holidays, paid for again with this company I work with. And the most important thing is I have residual income. Even if I have another year like 2013, and I'm sure I will, we all have years in our lives and really bad. I was blessed maybe to get away for so long without one. But if something like that happens, I was too ill to work or something like that, I've got residual income. And residual income is really, really important. For example, a few weeks ago, my wife went into hospital to have her baby. He was a little bit sick when he was born. He was in there for an extra week. So I didn't have to think about having a boss. I didn't have to think about clocking into work or anything like that because I have residual income happening every week and every month. And that's really, really important. On top of that, I have something which is more precious to me now, and that's time freedom. I spent 20 years in direct sales working very, very hard, working 60, 70-hour weeks. I did make a lot of money, but I was working very hard for that money. I have something more important now, and that's something called time freedom. And that's what we try and teach at Karatbars International. It's what I teach to my business partners, how you can have a residual income, but have that time freedom to enjoy the time that you have with your family. Now, before I get into the company and the products, I'm just going to ask you 2 little questions. All right. The first question is, did you know that gold was money? Now this is a piece of gold. This is a gold coin. It's worth about 120, 130 pounds. Okay, that's a little piece of gold there, which is how people know about gold bars, which are the big ones. The other question is, did you know that cash is currency? All right, so just think about that for a second. Did you know that gold was money? You may never have thought about gold as money. And did you know that cash is currency? So what's the difference then between money and currency? And that's really, I need to explain this to you now because it's the basis of everything we do here at Carapaz International. Money is a medium of exchange. What does that mean? It means here's a £10 note, British £10 note, and here's a €20 note, and here's a dollar note, okay? And this is a medium of exchange. I go and buy a McDonald's burger, or I can buy food or bananas or whatever I want to buy with this. It's a unit of account. It's portable. I can put this in my wallet. It's long lasting to a certain extent. I don't know what year this was made, but it's lasted for a few years anyway. It's mutually interchangeable, which means £10 in my hand is worth the same as £10 in your hand, or dollar or euro. Now this is where gold and currency split up, if you like. This is a piece of gold here, and because it's a piece of gold, it stores value. Now what do I mean by that? And this is really, really important, and most important part of this presentation. If you go and do a week's work, so if someone goes and works at McDonald's for a week and they earn, let's say, $500, surely if they're a good steward of their money and they put that money under the mattress, for example, surely when they take that money out in 5 years' time, it should be able to buy the same goods and services, but it doesn't, because paper money leaks away value, as you can see in the right, which now turns it into currency. Currency leaks away value, and on top of that, it's based on faith. All right, this is a piece of gold. It's based on the intrinsic value because it's a gold coin. I don't know if you can see, but it's actually an American Liberty gold coin. That's got value. It stores value, whereas this leaks away value due to inflation and other things. I'll talk about that in a second. And it's based on faith. This is only a piece of paper. It's only worth £10 because you agree it's £10 and I agree it's £10. And whenever people stop believing in the currency, and paper currency, if you like, that's whenever it starts to leak away even more value. Gold is and always has been money. And again, most people don't know this. Right throughout history, we can go through every single civilization. Gold and silver have always been money. People always had the gold, so the people always had money. All right, that's really, really important as well. The people had the money. Now, where did the gold go? If people had gold and silver, and if people had gold, people had money, where did it all go? And this is really how the basis of what we try and teach people at Carapaz International. If we take a look at the very first $100 notes, we can see on there in the little red box, we can see $100 in gold coin payable to the bearer on demand. So basically what happened is people had their gold coins, okay? So the bankers decided a couple of hundred years ago, let's try and get the gold off the people. So what we're going to do is you bring your coin in and we will give you a note. And this is why it's called a note, a promissory note, all right? We promise to pay you one coin. And so what the banks sold it to the public as is, we will print these notes, you give us the gold coins, we will swap them over, all right? The easiest way for me to explain this is, if I take this shirt to dry cleaners and put it in the dry cleaners, I get a note for my shirt. Now, where is the value at? Is the value in the note or is the value in the shirt? Well, the value is in the shirt. In the exact same way, the value is always in the gold, not on a piece of paper. Now, the reason the public agreed to this was because they were told that there would never be more notes printed than there was gold in the vault. All right? Because if that's the case, then it would only devalue the value of the actual currency. And that's how it was sold to the people. That's how it was supposed to be. That's not how it stayed. So what changed? And this is really important. In 1971, President Nixon decided to temporarily, and that was the word used, temporarily suspend the convertibility of gold into the dollar. And in plain English, it just meant that they could print more than these than they had actual gold in the vault. So they started printing and printing and printing and printing paper money. And if you've got a lot of something, it's worth less. And that's the same thing that's happened to dollars, same thing has happened to euros, same thing as happens to pounds. If we take a look at the dollar to gold ratio now, I don't know if you know, today the gold price is around about $1,300 an ounce, $1,320 an ounce. If we converted the dollar back into gold as it should be, then gold today should be priced at around about $6,700, $7,000 per ounce. On top of that, a lot of people don't realize that all currencies go to zero. Since the 15th century, 609 currencies have completely gone out of circulation. We take a look at the dollar, for example, or the pound, because more and more are being printed all the time, they're losing value. The dollar has lost over 99% of its actual purchasing power from when it was created 100 years ago. Now let's take a look again at gold versus currency. A lot of people don't know this. I like to talk about facts in these presentations. I don't like to give you hype. I don't like to give you my opinion. I like to base everything on solid facts. Let's take a look at the value of gold over the past 15 years, 16 years. So if we take a look at the chart on the left, you can see US dollars on the very left. And we can see, if we scroll down right to the bottom, we can see gold has increased against the dollar on average every single year 10.7% from 2001 until 2016. Let's move across to GBP, which is the British pound. So there's your piece of gold and here's your British pound. We can see that gold has increased against the British pound by 12.3% every year since 2001. And just think about that for a little minute. Gold is increasing on average 10.7% to 12.3%. But let's take a look at currency. What's currency doing over the same time? Let's take a look at the little chart on the right. We can see in 2001, if you had £100, you would need £152 today to buy the same goods and services. Now, a lot of people don't realise that. People will say things like the price of gold is going down. Take a look at goldprice.org and take a look at the facts for yourself. Why is that happening? Well, governments are printing currency. You can see there the printing presses are still running. We can see where all the gold is now. The people don't have the gold anymore. The gold is in the vaults. It's underneath London. It's in the Bank of England. It's supposedly in the Federal Reserve and other places. But the public, me and you, if you like, are walking around with worthless paper, and the banks, central banks and governments have got all the gold in the vault. And another thing people don't think about, don't realise, what if your account was hacked tomorrow morning? What if, we've seen it in the UK with RBS recently and Santander, where accounts have been hacked, thousands of accounts, and money has been taken out of those accounts. If that happened to you tomorrow, what do you do as your backup? Your little plastic Visa card or MasterCard will be of absolutely no use if the ATMs aren't working. And people don't think about an IT blackout. People have house insurance, they have car insurance, they have health insurance, but what is your money insurance? And this is what we're trying to teach people at Car Powers. What do you do if you don't have, if your card isn't working? What do you do if your account's been hacked? What do you do if your government brings in capital controls? And we've seen it happening in Greece, and with things happening in North Korea at the minute, it could happen in the world at every single minute when the government decides to call a bank holiday and you can't get your money out of the ATM. So considering what I just told you, and considering what I was just showing you over those few minutes, which do you think you'd prefer to have as your form of money? Do you think it's better to have gold, which is increasing on average over 12% a year, every year since 2001? Or would you rather keep holding on to paper money that's devaluing and due to inflation and becoming worth less and less and less and less every year? Now, the problem is, if this is the case, Brian, why isn't everybody walking around with gold? And this is what I thought the very first time I saw Carapace. The very first time I saw the company, I thought, well, if this was the case, why do people not know that? Well, 99% of the people don't own any gold. The gold has transferred so much from the people to the banks that the people don't even have any experience of gold anymore. We're not taught about it in school. If we take a look at the little chart there, we can see in 1968, 5% of the population owned physical gold. Get to 2010, it's 0.7%. It's actually less than that now, less than 0.1% of the people in the USA and the UK own physical gold. Things people used to say to me were things like, I didn't know gold was money, Brian. You know that now. They think it's too expensive. They think it's going down in price. You might have, if you've never seen this presentation before, you might have thought gold's going down in price. You know different now. Where would you buy it? Again, even if you did know about gold, where would you go and buy it? It's not like you can go and buy it easily in the high street. Where would you store it? People worry about having gold in their homes. So where are you going to keep it safe? What would you do with it? So even if you did buy some gold, if I give someone this piece of gold today, they probably wouldn't even know what to do with it. And what would you know? How would you know what you're buying? How do you know that's a piece of gold and it's not just a piece of metal painted gold? The average person doesn't know that much about gold to begin with. And again, this all comes back to the people having paper and the banks and the rich having the gold. The last thing is, and this is a very common question, people ask, how would I turn this gold back into cash if I needed to go to McDonald's tomorrow and buy a burger? Very serious question. So people don't want to go and buy gold because they don't know how they're going to turn it back into cash. The biggest problem of all is cost. People don't know how much gold is actually worth. And what people do nowadays is they take out their phone, they go to Google, they type into Google something like how much is gold. So I've just taken a screenshot of me doing it, and this is what comes up on the screen. What comes up on the screen is something called spot price, market price. People always quote me the market price of gold. People always quote me the spot price of gold. But again, because 99% of people don't have any gold or have never bought it, they don't actually know what spot price means. If you don't know what spot price is, let me tell you now. Spot price is paper gold. Spot price is not real physical gold. So this is a piece of gold here. If you go and buy some gold in the markets now, you'll get a piece of paper. So you get, this is a taxi receipt, but it might as well be the same thing. So you get a little receipt, okay? The gold is still with the company and with the traders, and you get your little piece of paper. So you're not actually buying gold, you're buying a piece of paper. On top of that, what people don't realize is that to get spot price, okay, to get that low price that you see, or this market price, if you want to get that gold delivered, remember this figure, you have to buy 3,100 grams. That's 100 troy ounces. It's over 100,000 euros worth of gold you have to buy if you want to get it delivered. Now, that's not even the scary part. The scary part is that traders are actually trading more of the physical gold than they actually have. Over 300 times the amount of gold they have is what they're actually trading. In plain English, if you went to a garage today to buy a brand new car, and you paid over your money for your car, how would you feel if that car salesman went out there and sold that car to 350 other people? Now, if you want to go and pick up that car, the first person in the queue is going to get a car. The other 349 people aren't going to get anything. So people buying gold in the markets, okay, they're not buying physical gold. It's a fractional reserve system. It's completely legal. Governments and banks allow traders to do this. And because they know that people are only speculating, they're speculating on the price going up and down. They know that most of the people aren't going to ask for a delivery. And they know that even if someone does ask to get their gold delivered, they can't get it delivered unless they buy 100 troy ounces. So spot price, okay, spot price is paper gold. It's a receipt for some imaginary gold. This is a piece of physical gold. It's a completely different thing. So if you do get involved with car bars, if you are going to buy some gold, then remember, if people talk to you about spot price and market price, it's got nothing to do with shiny yellow metal. Really important. So spot price is around about 35 euros an ounce. That's for speculators, as I said, not delivered under 3,100 grams. So let's take a look now at 24 karat gold. Now we know most people know there's 9 karat, 18 karat, 24 karat, but a lot of people don't realize in the 24 karat bag, you've got 999.1, 999.5, 999.9. Type of gold we sell with karat bars is 999.9. It comes from an LBMA accredited refinery, and there are only a limited number of those refineries in the world that produce this purity of gold. So that's 999.9 here in my hand. Okay, let's take a look at a comparison. People want to know, does karat bars give a good deal? So let me give you an exact comparison. I've gone to a website really popular called Bullion by Post in the UK. You can do the same example with Perth Mint. You can do it with JM Bullion in the United States. It doesn't really matter. It all works out the same. You go and buy a gram of gold on there, you'll get something like this. Hope you can see that. It's a little tiny gram of gold. Okay, that's how it comes. It came in a petri dish, actually, or petri dish, as you call them in the States. It came like that, and there was a little bit of sellotape in that holding it onto an A4 piece of paper. So that's what I bought. So 999.9 from an LBMA accredited refinery, you're looking at around about 42 euros. Now, if you want to go and sell that again, you have to prove that is what it is, and you have to be able to prove that that's not just a piece of metal with some nice shiny gold paint on it. Now, if you want to buy 999.9 from an LBMA accredited refinery, but you want a certificate and you want a serial number, all right, you're looking at something like Heraeus, and again, you're looking at 57 euros, okay, and this is a piece of Heraeus, actually in my hand here, okay, so you're looking at around about 57 euros for 1 gram. Forget about the price that you see on the front page of these websites, because I think the price on the homepage of Bullion by Post shows a much lower price, but you have to buy over 100 to get that price. But by the time people find that out there at the checkout, and then people just continue with the purchase anyway. If you want higher security features than that again, you're looking at something like Swiss Gold, and the website address is there, 999.9 from an LBMA accredited refinery with a certificate, serial number, and a hologram this time, so it's an added layer of security. You're looking at a Kinney bar. A Kinney bar today will cost you £70. Okay, so that's for 1 gram of physical gold from Swiss Gold with a hologram. Excuse me. You're looking at 70 euros. The reason for all these security features, and the reason why experienced gold buyers look for the security features, is the market is completely flooded with fake gold. If you want to go and check YouTube, just type in fake gold. You can see jewelers who have been duped, because what the fakers are doing is they're getting tungsten, and they're covering tungsten in 24 karat gold. So even if you go in and test it with a jeweler, the jeweler can only test the gold on the surface. But whenever you drill down through that surface, you'll find that inside there you've got tungsten. And people have been buying gold for years and years, and they don't realize what they've been buying is metal that's really worthless compared to what they thought they've actually bought. That's a big problem. So experienced buyers look for a certificate, experienced buyers look for a serial number and look for a hologram and look for all those things to ensure what they're buying is the main article. And so this is where Karatbars International comes into the picture. In 2011, Harold Seitz founded the company, Stuttgart in Germany. We now have 500,000 accounts in over 121 countries. The company itself is in the top 2% in Germany in terms of credit scoring. Okay, so the company has a fantastic reputation, not a new company at all. Harold Seitz himself, who's our owner and our founder, he's a senator of the BWA, which is the German Overseas Trade Association. And again, not everyone gets into that. If you want to go and check out Harold Seitz yourself, you can find out about the man. He speaks at different forums. He was speaking at the World Energy Forum in New York last year. He was speaking at the charity gala in The Hague, which I'll show you in a second. But Harold Seitz's mission is very, very simple. I went to meet Harold myself in 2014. I flew over to the office. I sat down with the man, and it was that meeting with Harold in his office in Germany that actually spurred me on to really help him build this company. So Harold Seitz's mission is this. His mission is to produce the highest quality gold available in the market. So that's what we were talking about a second ago. He wants to make it easily accessible to the masses of honest people around the world. And we do that through the internet. We do that through networking. And that's how we build the business and how we get to people quickly. At a price point everyone can afford. And that's really important. Gold has normally been packed into bars so that the general public can't afford it. Well, that's not the case anymore. His goal is that he wants to help millions find financial freedom from the current system of debt. It's not right when there's so much wealth in the world, as Harold will tell you himself if you ever meet him. It's not right that there's so much wealth in the world and people are still going hungry in Africa. There has to be a better way of dividing out that wealth. And how we're going to do that is we're going to do it through Karatbars International. We're going to do it through gold. So let's look at Karatbars Gold itself. So here we go. This is your little, I've lost it again. I always lose that little piece. So this is your buying it on the internet, and this is your Karatbars. So we'll just compare the two products, okay? Karatbars is a product that happens to contain gold. Karatbars is not just gold, okay? From an LBMA accredited refinery, we sell a 0.1 gram up to 5 grams. So let me go through those. This is a 0.1 gram cash gold note, and we can see it's quite similar to, it's more like the euro note actually, which is here, okay? So you can see it's got the strip, it's got the same security features that you'd find on a normal note, except that the Karatbars 0.1 gram cash gold actually has got better security features because it's got its own DNA coding as well. We have the magnetic strip, we have the serial number on the back here, we do have the certificate of authenticity, we have the Karatbars logo stamped into the gold during the manufacturing process, and we have the serial number and the refinery name on the gold itself in the center. So that's a 0.1 gram. Here's a 0.2 gram cash gold note. And by the way, you can buy one of these for about €7. So this is a 0.2 gram. Then we have a 0.4, which is here, and you can see the 4 pieces of gold, okay? Or we have a 0.6 gram here. Again, 4 different colored notes. Again, all have the security features, and that's up to a 0.6 gram. So then we move on from that one. We have the 1 gram card, which is here, and we'll put the 2.5 gram up beside it. So it's the 2.5 gram, and again, you've got all your security features, you've got the logo, everything's in every single card. And we've already spoken about why these security features are important. So here we go. This is the biggest one that we do. This is the 5 gram card. So it's 24 karat, 999.9 purity. The certificate of authenticity, hologram, and serial number are all there. It's sealed into this durable plastic card, okay, which makes it a far better product visually. On top of that, it has its own DNA coating. So Karatbars, we have a little machine. You can pass it over the top of here. The liquid that's coating these cards is unique to Karatbars, as is the machine. So if you pass this under and it beeps, you know it's a genuine Karatbar. So it has better security features than even the Swiss gold cards that I talked about earlier. And this is really important. We've been delivering without issue since 2011. This is not a new company. There's gold companies popping up and down all the time and going bust all the time. And the company has been going and delivering into 121 countries since 2011. And on top of that, we offer free storage or FedEx delivery as well, which I'll explain in a second. It's really, really simple to get started as a customer. You can register for free, so we don't charge you anything. Lots of gold websites have the customer for registration. That's where they're making their money from. No monthly fees, okay, no subscriptions or hidden charges. This is not like an MLM company where you have a monthly fee or a subscription. If you don't pay your subscription, you lose your account. Nothing like that. I have customers who registered 3 years ago and made their first purchase this year. No problem. There are no minimum orders, so you can go now. If you just want to go and register after this, buy a 0.1 gram cash gold, put it into free storage, or get it delivered, you can do that. And that's from €7. So again, this is making it easily affordable to the masses of people. And you can buy from 0.1 gram. You've got your free storage in Germany for as long as you wish, or FedEx delivery. All right, FedEx delivery is €13.50 inside Europe, €18.50 outside Europe. If you buy over 100 grams, then your delivery is free. Normally, what I would do is I'd wait to have over 100 grams, which is 20 of these cards here. And once you get over 100 grams, the delivery fee is waived as well. Now, how we're getting gold back to the people, obviously people don't know about saving in gold, so Karatbars have come up with a very novel way of reintroducing gold back into the people. You know that 0.1% figure I was telling you about, we want to get that up to 5%, 10%, 20%. We want to get people used to having gold again and people used to having real money. And not depending on banks, not depending on pensions, we want to get gold back out to the people. So how we do it is, we've got a really novel way because we can print anything on the cards. We have little congratulations cards, okay, so they cost €10 each. If you know someone maybe graduating from university, Christmas is coming soon. We have great little Christmas cards from €10 each as well. Somebody getting married, here we go, we can give them a gift of gold again. These are all gifts that you can buy, happy birthday cards for boys and girls. Thank you, maybe you just want to give someone a thank you gift. That's the Christmas one again. Then we have different collector's cards, different country cards there. Whenever you register on the website, as I said, it is free. Go to the back office, go to the product purchase section, take a look through all the different products that are actually on there. We have personalized cards, so you can put your own design on there, and we have Karatbars business cards. That's my own business card there. You can choose the blank design, or you can choose another design, or upload your own design if you want Karatbars to create it for you. We have existing partnerships. As I said, we're not a new company. We have a licensing agreement with the Vatican to produce a limited edition Pope John Paul collector's card, which is that one there. That one's sold out, with another one available. We work with athletes, Benfica Football Club. We have Martina Slabakova, who's the current gold medal speed skating champion. You can buy one of her collector's cards there on the website. They come with a little piece on the sports star as well. If you buy one of these, then a donation is made to her actual sport. So again, these are all freely available for you to have a look through. We have our own race team. You can see the Karatbars motorbike on there. We have our own Karatbars lorry and Karatbars racing. We do work with MotoGP. So this is the limited edition MotoGP collector's card. I think they might actually be sold out, but they've been available for the past year or so. Again, they were running on the limited edition. You can see this was an official MotoGP product, all right, official licensed product with these different organizations. The Automobile Club de Monaco, so if you're into your Formula One, I just bought one of these. These only became available last month. And again, lovely little card. It comes with a little presentation card as well. As I said before, we're working with charities, Safety for Kids. We have our own World of Charity, in-house charity. We're helping in Africa. I was telling you about my wife working in Tanzania. Well, this charity's in Tanzania. If you buy one of these, a donation is made to that charity for every one sold. Now, you'll notice down at the bottom there, we just had Hurricane Harvey in Houston last week, the week before. Karatbars very quickly got onto that. We want to try and help there with the relief efforts. If you buy one of the Stay Strong Houston cards, then $15 from every one of those cards sold is going to that fund. So that's happening right now at the moment. So Karatbars are always trying to be at the forefront of helping different charities. If you know any charities that do need our help, then please do get in touch with us. Introduce us to them. It could be beneficial for you as well, of course. We work with the current Olympic gold medalist, Martina Puig, from Puerto Rico there. You can see her card. I've got it here too somewhere. Here we go. So that's her own card. So again, over the years, I've built up a collection of all the different cards. So I've got all the products here, but you can see them. You can see all the details. You can see the prices there. Just register and go into the back office. Great thing is, if you don't like any of the cards, you can create your own. So simply place your order and then send your images over to the branded card department. The branded card department will send you back a proof. If you're happy, they'll produce the card. Now, this is a really, really big week because we've only ever been able to produce the cards in 0.1 gram or 1 gram. So I made this one because I'm a Liverpool FC fan. I made this little one to commemorate Hillsborough. But we can create these cards now. You can create any card also in 0.1 gram. There's a massive, massive opportunity out there. Hotels, car dealerships, businesses, huge opportunity for business partners here. So if you're involved in a business, you're involved in a charity, please do let them know about these branding cards. Again, if you give someone a business card with even 0.1 gram of gold inside, that's not a business card they're going to throw away. They'll keep it on their wallet. So great bit of marketing for your business. On top of that, all our deliveries, again, very, very secure. People worry about getting the gold delivered. FedEx do every single delivery. So as soon as a parcel is picked up in head office, and we do thousands every month, As soon as one is picked up, you'll get an email telling you that it's on its way. All right, and you can track that parcel all the way to the door. On top of that, all our payments are done through MasterCard, and this is it's just expired. I've just got a new one, but this is the Karatbars MasterCard, which we do all our payments on as well. So just as a bit of a help, really, people worry about online companies, working with online companies. We've had partnerships with FedEx and MasterCard now for many, many years, and you don't have partnerships with high-level companies like that unless you're doing something right over a very long period of time. On top of all that, and this is more good news, the more gold you buy from Karatbars, the better price you can actually get. So if you buy a 0.1 gram today, you're looking at around about €7, okay, so about $8. A 1 gram is around about 54, 55 euros. The price goes up and down. Price has just shot up 5% over the past week or so, or over the past couple of weeks. So we're looking at around about 54, 55 euros. A 2.5 gram, the gram price then comes down to 50 euros per gram. Okay, so if you're very price conscious, buy the bigger ones, obviously. The 5 gram card then works out around about 46 euros per gram. So personally today, at the start of the month, I always go and I bought 10 grams today, so I bought 2 of these 5 gram cards this morning. All right, so I put them into storage, and I try to always save at least, or around about 10% of whatever I'm making, put that straight into gold. I've got my own security, I've got my own pension then, but it's really, really important. People do go to the website and see the first price at 54 grams, and then they think, oh, I can buy gold cheaper than that or something like that. Well, please remember, just like with any product, if you buy the bigger amounts, the price per gram does come down. Now, just on that subject, people do and have said to me over the years, I can buy gold cheaper. Here's how it normally went. Someone says, Brian, I can buy gold cheaper than Karatbars. And I'm like, okay, that's no problem. Send me the website. I go to the website, I check it out. I get to the checkout. I realize that I can't get don't have it in storage. You have to buy 20 grams to get that price. There's an extortionate storage fee. There's extortionate delivery fees. That's not 999.9, etc., etc., etc. So about a year ago, I got fed up with people sending me these sites because no one ever came close to the features that Karatbars have. So I put down an offer, and my offer is this. If anyone can buy and have delivered the same grade of gold, okay, and the same weights with the same features as Karatbars for a lower price, I will send them 10 grams of my Karatbars gold, just 2 of these 5 gram cards here, okay? When I say features, I mean 0.1 gram to 5 gram weights, 999.9 purely, from an LBMA accredited refinery. The gold must be stamped, again. It must have a serial number. It must have blacklight technology. It must have a certificate of authenticity, holograph, DNA security coding. The company must offer a free account. No subscriptions or hidden charges, which they're often very good at. No minimum orders, free storage, insured and tracked delivery, guaranteed buyback price, and you need to be able to pay others and buy goods and services with the gold that you buy as well. Now, this offer is made by me, Brian McGinty. It's not made by Karatbars International, but I'm quite happy to stand over that because of my 4 years experience with the company, and I know that people will come to me, and if you decide to become a customer, people will say to you they can buy gold cheaper. But again, they're probably just looking up the price on the internet. They've probably seen spot price. People, even yesterday, after 4 years, someone said to me, Brian, I've looked at the market price and Karatbars is too expensive. People just don't know because people don't own any physical gold, and it's not their fault. I don't get annoyed with people about that. It's just a matter of re-educating people about gold and what gold really is. And the last little point I said there about being able to pay for goods and services with gold. This is the revolutionary thing we're doing at Karatbars International that no other gold company is doing. So the idea is that if you have gold in your, you buy some gold from Karatbars, you've got it in your KaratPay account, which is the back office account. If you want to go and buy goods and services with that, you can go and do that. How we'll be able to do that right now is you can pay others with the gold in your account. So if I've got, let's say, if I want to pay you 100 euros, I can go to as long as you have your account set up, I can transfer 100 euros of cash gold from my account into your account. We can do that in real time. This is what people are buzzing at the moment about cryptocurrency, and it's outside the banking system, and we can pay each other with it. How's about me being able to pay you with real gold? And you go into your back office then and getting that gold delivered. Isn't that a whole lot better than some binary number and some blockchain or something like that? This is a payment system not backed by gold. This is a payment system that is gold. So shops and businesses right now can apply to become K exchanges. Again, this is why these notes look familiar now again. So if you've got some of these in your wallet, and let's say I want to go and buy a pair of trainers in Belfast, My job is first of all to get some key exchanges open in Belfast, but whenever I do, let's say one was a shoe shop, I want to buy some shoes, I can go in there and I can pay for my pair of shoes with my cash gold. If I don't physically have my cash gold on me, I can use my app and I can pay the shopkeeper with the gold as well. Shopkeepers will be able to bring in new customers to Karatbars by offering gold back. So if a customer does walk up to the counter and they don't have a Karatbars account, he can offer them maybe 5% gold back on their purchase as long as they open a Karatbars account. So this will massively increase the amount of customers. And again, all we're doing is we're getting people more introduced to gold. We're getting gold into the hands of the public. And that's what the mission of Karatbars is what my mission is now. And I don't see this as a job anymore. It's a mission to teach as many people as possible that what they've got in their wallet is currency. And a lot of people don't like to hear it, and that's okay. This is actual currency, it's not money. And we need to teach people that gold is actually true money. Now, what people do ask is, what can I do with my gold? Well, keep it is the first thing I would say. I'm 40 in a couple of months. In a month's time, is it, or 2 months? So I'm 40, and my idea is I'm going to save as much gold as I can, and then when I get to 50 or 55, or whenever I decide to retire somewhere sunny, I can just take that and I can go to whatever country I choose to go to with that. If I don't need the gold myself, I can pass it on to my children. So I'm not just thinking about myself and my own future, I'm thinking about my children's future as well. You can sell your gold to another partner. If I really desperately needed to sell some gold today, we have a Facebook group with about 12,000 people on there, other business partners and customers. I could just easily go on there and ask someone to buy some of my gold from me. Quite easy for us to do that. You can transfer your gold via card pay to another person. So if the person who you want to pay will accept gold, you can do that. You can use it in key exchange centres. Granted, key exchange centres are only opening at the moment, so you'll see more and more of those in the future. You can sell it privately. And just to give you a very quick example, I've got one of these 1 gram cards. I put it on eBay and it cost me 54 euros, which was about £50. I put this onto eBay and I sold it to a man in Italy for £60. Okay, so I sold it for £6 more than it actually cost me in the first place. Why did he pay £60 for it? Well, he paid £60 for it because he knew it was a Karatbar. He wanted to get it right away, and he wanted to see what the product was like as well. I didn't make a point of asking him why he paid for it. But people do know whenever they're buying Karatbars, they're buying the genuine article. You can sell it privately to anyone you like. Again, people can test it. You can take it somewhere to get it tested, and you can sell it in any country in the world. The great thing about gold is that people understand it. Well, they understand that it's got value, so you can turn it back into cash in any country in the world. What people should be asking themselves, and this is what people really need to start thinking about right now in 2017, what can you do with your currency? It's evaporating. This £10 note is evaporating. For every minute you hold on to it, it's evaporating. Inflation is eating away at it. Interest rates in the UK are low, so you're not getting any interest in your money, and inflation's at 2.7%. Yet people put this into the bank. The banks, as we now know, and you now know, are going buying gold with it. The banks are getting 12% a year on your money and paying you less than 0.01%. I got a letter from Santander telling me that my interest rate for this year is going down from 0.1% to 0.01%. Is that fair? It sounds to be ridiculous. I didn't know. Don't forget, I didn't know any of this 4 years ago. I would have put money in the bank. Little did I know that if I changed that currency into gold, then that gold would not only store its value, but because of the devaluing pound and the devaluing dollar, then that gold would actually increase against those actual currencies. Now, if you do decide to become a customer today, we have 3% discount codes. We also have €100 discount codes. The €100 discount codes can be used against bulk orders of branded cards. If we give you a 3% discount code, which is, we've got some of them there. Here's some, there we go. This is the 3% card. You can use that, put in the little number in the back. We'll get you one of those. That'll give you 3% off all your purchases for 12 months. So you only have to enter that once. If you want to get started as a customer today, all you have to do is register. You get your free account for life. You can make a purchase. You don't have to. There's no pressure at all from the company. Upload your KYC, which is your ID and address. So as a company, we need to ensure there's no money laundering going on or anything like that. So just a copy of ID, driving license or passport, and a utility bill. Place your first order. All right. So even if it's just a £5 card or a branded card or whatever it is you want to buy, place your first order to just see how really easy it is. You can place your order, you can use a bank transfer, you can use a credit card, you can use a debit card, you can even pay with Bitcoin, okay? All you have to do then is, if you've got in storage, that's fine, or wait for your FedEx delivery. And people always love the quality of the products whenever they get them delivered. So that's one great thing about the business. Okay, so that's the little customer part over. So let me talk now about becoming a business partner. If you like some of the products we've got there, all we're asking people to do is we want you as a business partner, if you decide to become a business partner, to go out there and help us find more customers. If you help a few people start saving in gold, you'll make some money. If you help a lot of people save in gold, you'll make a lot of money. The first thing I'll say is Karatbars is a business. All right, it's not a scam, it's not a scheme, it's not something to be worried about. All we're doing is we're helping people buy a product. That product is either stored for them or delivered to their home. You can start in this business for free. That's right, you can have your own gold business today for free. I'm going to show you how you can do that. Or you can make a one-off payment for life, as I did in 2013. And you can get a business package delivered. I'll show you that in a second. On top of that, you can choose to build your business online or offline. So again, that's entirely your choice. I was forced through my wife's health that I had to build this business completely online. So I've built an organization of whatever, 12,000 something in over 100 countries, completely sitting behind this computer here. Not what I thought I was going to do 4 years ago, but that's what's happened. But you can do it online or offline. You can earn an unlimited income. The more people you have saving, the more people who are actually buying gold, then the more commissions you can actually earn. So you're only limited by the amount of people that are over 18 in 121 countries. And try and get your head around that for a second. You're the boss as well. No one's going to be ringing you up to get you out of bed in the morning. But I can tell you that the more customers you have and the more people you start helping with this, the easier and easier it is to get out of bed in the morning and the harder it is to go to sleep at night. The great thing about Karatbars as well is you're working for yourself, but you're not by yourself. You've got people like me, other directors, the company, 7-day support. This company really, really will support you to the very end. Now you decide what you want to do. All right, there are different parts of the business. People sometimes get a little bit bamboozled by all the different things that you possibly could do, but just think about your own personality, think about your own social network, and focus on that. You could go out and help us find business partners. We have to reach millions of people. We want to get to 1 million customers in the next 12 months. So we need business partners in new areas to go out and find those. Savings plans, we want to, obviously the whole purpose of the company is to help people set up their gold savings plan. So we need people to do that. Some people just focus on that one thing and they're really good at it. Key exchanges, if you're a business, corporate type salesperson, you think key exchanges could be your thing, then focus on that. Karatpay is another option, the app, which will be released soon. We also have churches, charities, and non-profits. If that's your skill set, if it's something you think you could do, and we've got training, we've got videos on that, so you can just go and focus on that. Branded and business cards is a massive, massive market, especially now that we have the 0.1 gram cards available as of this week. And I can see massive opportunities there with hotel chains and various different businesses like that. On top of that, we have the sports clubs. So if you know someone who's maybe into soccer, cricket, if you've got connections with big football clubs or hockey or American football or anything like that, then maybe that's something you could do as well. Now for the rest of this little presentation, I'm going to focus on two things, and that's helping us find new business partners and savings plans, because that's most of what our business partners do. Karatbars is really, really simple. You earn up to 6% on the gold that you sell. So if I sell one of these, someone buys one of these 5 gram cards from me, I'll earn up to 6% on that. Okay. We do sell other products and you can earn up to 25% on those. So really, really simple, 6%, up to 6% on the gold, up to 25% on other products. This is a really simple business to learn. You can learn it in a matter of days. On top of that, we've created a very simple system. So it doesn't matter what your background is, doesn't matter what your education is, it doesn't matter where you live, anyone can do this. Okay, the system we've put together, anyone can do. You promote a presentation. There are live presentations every day of the week all around the world in different languages. All right, we have German, Spanish, there's lots of different languages there. There's a list in the back office. You go and watch those presentations, or you can watch this one every single Monday night. The customer then registers. So the customer registers after watching this video. They're interested in buying some gold, and they buy from the website. So you're not carrying any stock. You don't have to buy any stock. Karatbars then will either store the gold or deliver it. And remember, we've been doing this since 2011. I have never ever had a customer not get their product. It's not something you need to worry about. I don't go to bed at night worrying have my customers got their gold. It's just something we will not have to think about. On top of that, Karatbars do customer support. Some of us leaders in the company do extra support, so I provide an extra support service. But Karatbars will pick up if I was ill or something, then the support service runs from head office and their support service in Dubai 7 days a week. You then get paid your commissions every single Friday morning, and the commissions are paid onto the Karatbars MasterCard. You can go and you can take the money out of an ATM, or you can go and buy your clothes, go and buy your food, whatever you want to do. All you need to focus on, if you want to be successful in this business, is promoting your presentation. Really simple. So it's free to get started, no cost, no fees, no subscriptions, no forced purchases or hidden charges. There's no reason why anybody watching this presentation shouldn't at least start the free business. You get your own online shop, your own landing page, digital brochures, presentation, and your own Karatbars website. There are business packages, which are a one-off cost, as I said. They start from bronze, silver, gold to VIP. What's the difference? The difference is that the bigger package you buy, and the more products are in the package. So another really important thing as well, people don't seem to realize, is that these packages don't contain any fluff. As someone who used that word with me the other day, as there are a lot of fluff in the packages. Every single item in this package you will need and you will use. If you want to go and buy discount cards, 3% discount cards cost 20 euros each. 100 euro discount cards cost 80 euros each. Okay, if I need to replace them, I need to go to the website and buy them. The brochures, again, if you're working offline, are really important. Beautiful brochures, really well finished. They reflect the company really, really well. And as I said, they start off the bronze there, so you've got bronze, silver, gold, and VIP. We do have two large packages, which are the premiums. So we have a premium package and premium professional. Inside there, we have cash gold, we have profit cards, which are a combination discount card, 3D metal cards, 10 1 gram, I'll just do the premium professional, 10 1 gram classic Karatbars, your image brochures, gold brochures, key exchange brochures, branded card brochures, presentation, marketing plan, 2 pairs of sunglasses, 3 Karatbars coins, this is the little coin here with the gold in the center. You can choose the automatic watch, which is this one, which is really, really, really nice. I've actually found customers who've just asked me about this watch. And you also get 20 business cards. Now, if you don't want the watch, you can also choose the Mont Blanc pen. Okay, that's the Mont Blanc pen there. Some people prefer the watch, some people prefer the pen. And inside there, you get 20 of your own business cards. So again, the premium packages are the most expensive packages, but they do contain more products inside there. And you can put your own design, your own telephone number, and everything on the business cards. Premium packages have been really, really popular because the amount of value they get for the price is fantastic. So let's look at the prices. Bronze, 125 euros, silver, 396, gold, 987, VIP, 1909. They may be a little bit higher, a little bit lower when you go to the website. It's because the price of gold fluctuates on a daily basis. You can upgrade between bronze and silver by paying the difference. You can upgrade between silver and VIP by paying the difference, and there's no penalty for that. So start at the level you feel comfortable with. In my experience, I find that whenever people see those prices, they know immediately which level they could come in there at. All right. It's a one-off purchase. Remember, the value exceeds the cost. Deliveries by FedEx. As soon as you make your purchase, you can start immediately. You can start growing your business. You don't have to wait for the package to be delivered. You can start at any level and upgrade and pay the difference from bronze to VIP. And you can pay by bank wire. You can use credit card, debit card, or Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin's just something we've just started a few weeks ago. So you can use that as well. You can see the prices on there in sterling, you can see the prices in dollar, and you can see the prices in euros. What I would say to you is just on the prices, I paid for my package back in 2013, and for a business that's now producing me a 6-figure income, if someone came to me and says, Brian, there's £1 million or 1 million euros or 1 million anything, there's not a chance I would sell my business to them. So that's how much value I see in the business from myself, if you like. So that's the sort of value you should be putting on your business as well. So if you want to get started, we've made this really, really simple. All you have to do is, once you've registered, go to the dashboard and you'll see step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and step 5. Step 1, click the little word step 1, click it, okay? The packages will appear. You should already know which package you can afford, okay? Make your package purchase, okay? It only takes 2 seconds to do that. Step 2, KYC, upload a copy of your driving license or passport for your ID. Upload a utility bill dated within the last 6 months. The instructions are there. Just take a picture using your phone, okay? Upload that picture. It's the easiest way. You don't need a scanner or anything like that. Next step, order your prepaid MasterCard. You'll need that to get your commissions. If you're going to build a business, order your MasterCard now because it'll take a week or 2 to arrive. You'll want it to be arrived by the time your commissions have been loaded on. They're loaded on every Friday morning. Next thing is order your gold or order some gold. So it's an auto purchase to save in gold. Now you can choose to save the minimum is 50 euros per month. Okay, so if you want to do a fixed amount, you could do like 50 euros or 60 euros or 70 euros per month. That's the minimum. Again, this isn't mandatory, but it's a bit like I always say the ice cream man who's trying to sell ice cream has never tasted. Okay, it's much more difficult If you're not doing autosave yourself, don't expect your customers to. There's a big difference having a conversation with someone saying, I save a gram of gold every week. It comes off my MasterCard. I put it in storage. Whenever I get 100 grams, I get free delivery. That's a different conversation from telling someone, I think you should set up a 1 gram savings account, and you not actually knowing how it works. So from a confidence point of view, confidence is transferable. Make sure you've set up an auto purchase. Now you can choose as a fixed amount, or you can choose to save a 1 gram or a 2.5 gram every week, every 2 weeks, or every month. Or you can choose to save a 5 gram every week, every 2 weeks, or every month. All right, so it's completely flexible. On top of that, don't be scared by it. There's no commitment. If, for example, you after 3 months your income drops and you want to drop it down, you can do that. Similarly, if you're building the business, your income will increase, and as your income increases, you can change it. You can only have one autosave running at a time. So if you set up a new autosave, the old one cancels. So really flexible, no pressure, but really important to do that. I see too many people who start in a business, they buy their package, they don't buy their MasterCard, they don't set up their autosave, and then they wonder why their business isn't working. It's 5 simple steps, just do them in order. Step 5 then is a call to action. If you click on that, it tells you about the fast start, which I'll talk to you about in a second. It shows you your referral links. On top of that, we have the weekly and daily presentations that you can send people to as well. Now, the Carrot Fast Track is something that has only been rolled out in the past few months. But really simply, we want people to start off. We want people to get off to a fast start with their business because momentum is really important in sales. I've been training direct sales people for 20 years. And if you get off to a fast start, it's the best thing that can happen to you long term. Get off to a slow start, and it's difficult to pick up that momentum. So basically, complete your 5 steps. So if you register tonight, complete your 5 steps. Introduce 5 partners at the same level as you or higher. So if you start at gold, for example, you'll tend to find the people copy you, so they'll start on gold as well. I can see that in my team. When someone starts as a bronze, everyone they introduce seems to be a bronze. People start a premium, everybody they introduce seems to be a premium. It's just how it goes, okay? But complete your 5 steps, ask people to watch the presentation, help them get started as you did, and if they start at the same level or higher as you, within 5 weeks you get a free upgrade. So how would that work? So give you an example. If you bought a gold package for around about €987 today, you've shown this video to some people during the week. 5 people then decide to join in 5 weeks. That's really only 1 person a week over 5 weeks. You've earned €740 in direct commission as a one-off commission for introducing those partners, which you can get. You get a free upgrade then to VIP, which is worth over €1,000. Best of all, you've now got 5 business partners out there working. It's a bit like you being the CEO of your company and you've got 5 business development managers or directors. They're out there building the business and you're earning your residual income. That's really what we're trying to do here. We're trying to give you time freedom by giving you residual income. If you just help 5 people, you help 5 people. Let's take a look at the example. Week 1 to 5, obviously you'll end with 5 people plus use 6. 5 to 10 then, 5 people turns into 25. Week 10 to 15, 25 turns into 125, 15 to 20, and so on and so forth. In 6 months, you could potentially have 3,906 people in your group. You could have more than that, you could have less than that, but it's just to give you an example of what is possible. If everyone just registers, completes the 5 steps. If everyone just does the same thing, this is where you could be. So if everyone was saving, all those 3,906 people were saving €50 a week, okay, which is a good amount to save. And again, they're not buying anything, they're just devaluing currency into gold. That's all we're doing. We're swapping one bad form of money for a better form of money. Your turnover in your business would be €781,000 or €781,200 in a month. Okay, and remember, car bars pay up to 6% commission on the gold that you sell. And this is just on the gold. Your turnover in gold alone is over €700,000. It's $874,000. If you didn't want to go down that route of building a team, people say, well, Brian, I just want to go and find customers. I'm not interested in going and building groups or anything like that. Let's imagine you just went out and found 200 customers. So 200 customers saving €50 of gold a week. As an example, your business would be turning over 40,000 a month. So you'd be earning between €1,400 and that's $1,600. That's £1,250 per month. I've calculated this at 3.5% commission. But as I said, you can earn up to 6. So I'm erring on the side of caution here. If £1,250 a month would be great money for you, then that's what you need. You need 200 customers. Let's say you've grown your business a bit more, you've gone out and you've found 1,000 customers, and you've helped 1,000 people now save €50 a week. Yeah, that's just an example. Nothing's mandatory. You'd be earning €7,000 a month. All right. What I will say to you is, in my experience, once you start growing your business, once you get past 1,000 customers, once you get 2,000, then you're just on automatic pilot, helping people, helping people, helping people, helping people, and that's what we're trying to do. There are many ways to earn inside the CarPower system. You've got double income, direct commission, which you can have with just a business partner, generation bonuses, CarPower's pool, gold funds, package bonuses, dual team bonuses. You've got the fast start. We've got the premium pools and premium professional pools as well. On top of that, there's fantastic incentives throughout the year. Last year we went to LA for 9 days, myself and my wife, all paid for by CarPower. This January, I was pregnant, so I had to go to the Caribbean on my own for a week, which was good. We also had another incentive a few months ago, was to Germany for a week. You can see the picture in the bottom there. We were all taken by helicopter to Michelin restaurant. These incentives are fantastic. The next one is coming up in January, so we're going to Las Vegas. I've already qualified for that myself. Some members of my team have as well. But you have until the end of October to qualify for this. So even if you're brand new and you start today, you've still got 2 months almost to qualify for that incentive and get yourself to Las Vegas. You can meet me, you can meet the other leaders, you can meet Harold, and I promise you really want to be in these events. On top of that, you get free support, which is really good. I've been with direct sales companies before where you start and you're just left to your own devices. It doesn't happen here. You've got global support 7 days, WhatsApp, Skype, email, Viber, telephone, online sales training, offline sales training. We send out weekly newsletters, 3-way calls with directors. So even if you don't know if you are worried about talking to people, don't worry, because people like myself and other directors will do that for you. The most important thing is mentoring and motivation and coaching and skills development, because if you start a home business and if you start working on your own, you're sitting in a room like this, there's nobody else here to talk to. So I think mentoring and motivation and that coaching, all those skills development are really important. And this is available and it's free to everyone in the organization as well. You'll find that CarPower is a big family of people. Now, if you want to start earning today, you don't have to learn everything about CarPower. You don't have to learn everything about gold, all right? All you have to do is get back to your sponsor. And if you do follow these simple steps I'm giving you here, you can start earning today. Complete the 5 steps, okay? Don't be thinking about them in great detail. Go in and order your package, do your KYC, order your prepaid MasterCard, set up an autosave, and I promise you that's all you have to do in the back office. That's your job done. You don't need to go in and do anything else ever again. You don't need to pay anything else. Your business is set up. Invite everyone you know to watch this presentation next week. All right? Whenever I started in the company in 2013, I didn't have, all I had was Skype. I had no money. All I had was a Skype account and a way to talk to people for free on the internet. And that's what I did. I invited everyone to, it was my sponsor at the time, had a presentation like this. So I invited him to the presentation. I invited people to the presentation. Help the people who are interested register and complete the 5 steps. Really, really simple. Once people do that, you'll start to get paid from next Friday and every single Friday. And you can build as big an organization as you like. You can bring as many customers as you like, as many business partners, as many sports clubs. You can build, the only thing that's limiting you in this business is your own imagination. And the most important thing is you can build a passive residual income. And that way you can spend as much time with your family as you like. So go to the back office. Step 1, order your package. Step 2, do your KYC, order your prepaid MasterCard, order your gold, set up your autosave, and then get started on your fast start and start building your business over the next 5 weeks. And think about it, by Christmas, you could have qualified for the Las Vegas incentive, you could have a nice residual income, and maybe nicer, buy some nicer presents this Christmas. So that's really it, guys, for this presentation tonight. I hope you've enjoyed that. Whenever you register on the website, all the information you need. If you've got any questions, the marketing plan is there as a download. If you want to read through the products, the answers are there. If there's something you're stuck with, call the office. The telephone number is there. Call the office in Germany. If there's no one in Germany, you'll be transferred on to Dubai. They work on different shifts right throughout the day. Or get back to your sponsor and you can speak to one of the directors. So that's it, guys. Has anybody got any questions at all? Trevor, I arrived in 10 days. Good stuff. Yes. Let's see if anybody's got any questions. The most important thing, guys, is literally just if you do nothing else for next week, don't turn off Facebook, turn off the internet, and just invite people to watch this presentation. If you are, you can also see a recording of this from tomorrow morning. This might be of interest.com. So that's available 7 days a week, 24/7. So this might be of interest.com. There's no links on there. There's no links back to anyone. You can ask people to go to that page, watch the presentation, and if they're interested. What I find is that 90% of people won't be interested. All right, and this is the best tip I can give you. 90% of people give up on everything. 90% of people give up on diets. 90% of people give up on New Year's resolutions. 90% of people you ask to watch the presentation won't watch it. All right, that's just life. That's just normal. It's normal in any sales company. It's like if you open a shoe shop. I always use this example. If you open a shoe shop today and you get 100 customers in, does that mean you sell 100 pairs of shoes? No, it doesn't. You'll probably sell 10 pairs of shoes, and you total up how much you've made from selling those 10 pairs of shoes. Think about your Carrot Bars business in exactly the same way. Forget about the 90% of people or the 90 people who don't watch it. The shoe shop man doesn't chase people down the street. He doesn't get personally involved if they don't buy. He doesn't go home in tears because 90 people didn't buy a pair of shoes. He goes home happy because he sold 10 pairs of shoes. He doesn't think about the other 90. It's the exact same thing in direct sales. And direct sales leaders don't tell people this. They don't set people. They set people up with the wrong expectations. I try to be realistic with people. I say to people, look, go out and ask 10 people to watch the presentation, but be fully aware that 9 won't. All right. But the good news is, if you find somebody like me who was sitting in their apartment in Portugal and who really, really needed a way out and needed some help, then Carrot Bars can be that lifeline for them. What I find is that the people who get the presentation, the people who understand it, the people who are looking for a good company, something that's not scammy, something that's a great product, something they could sit at the dinner table and be proud to tell their friends about, then they will jump at Carrot Bars International, and you will not be able to stand in their way. There's plenty of people out there have tried pre-launch after pre-launch after pre-launch and getting nowhere. 90% of pre-launches, 90% of companies never get through 2 years. So people out there working online are fed up with all that. They want a solid company that's going to pay them every week, that's going to deliver the products, and that's what Carrot Bars does. So all I'll say to you is, don't get disappointed by the 90%. Be happy with the 10% of people who do watch the presentation, and the ones who do get it, you will not be able to stand on their way. Okay, guys. Well, we're just over there now. So no questions at the minute. That's great. I'm good. I'm glad I covered everything. That's good. All right. Well, thanks very much for watching, everybody. And we'll see you again next week. But please do prioritize it. Everybody, even if it's the milkman or the postman, or if you're sitting in the dentist chair and there's a dentist looking into your mouth, just ask them, because you never know where that person could lead to. You never know that person's own circumstance. Maybe they're trying to get out of dentistry and they're looking for something else to do. But all right, guys, thanks very much for watching, and I hope to speak to you again. See you all again next Monday night. Thanks very much.